Hey guys, Blake here with another video, and for today's video, I've got a couple of special guests. We've got Josh from the Aquamate channel.
How you going?
And Bodgy from Australia.
G'day!
And we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to be watching 15 of the most amazing home aquariums and fish tanks. I think it should be really exciting, so stay tuned and let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so the original video, I'll put the link down below if you want to watch that without all of our talking over the top of it. Let's just get started and start watching the video.
These aquariums are owned by the rich and famous, and some of them look absolutely incredible. From massive 20,000-gallon fish tanks to unusual aquarium designs, here are the top 15 most incredible private aquariums. Number 15.
I do like those outside shallow pond ones with stepping stones.
Yeah.
One day I'll have that.
Oh, the Hoff.
Guardians of the Galaxy guy.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
More famously Baywatch and Knight Rider.
Sure.
Oh, wasted opportunity at a freshwater tank, just saying.
That is weird with the picture wrapping around the tank.
Yeah.
And it looks really cloudy, or is that just me?
Yeah, like all the tanks that Tank set up, they always have to put like plastic ornaments or like the most random junk in the tank. It's just like, but why?
That is Knight Rider and his Baywatch hut.
Yeah, the lifeguard tower.
Was in Germany back in the day.
You don't, if you want your career, just have them as like a photo. You don't need a fish tank with like your career in it. How egotistical are you?
Look at his jacket. That's how egotistical he is. And well deserved.
Where he made sure to get a home aquarium big enough for his
tanks.
Remember to never hassle the
Don't say, oh, Tank.
Number 14. Chad Ochocinco.
I like that, but I wouldn't be able to sleep there. I'd think it's going to crush me in my sleep.
You can't afford all sorts of toys and experiences, and you need to keep things fresh. And former American football.
That's a cool idea, but then at the same time, like,
no exception to the rule.
I mean, when you're that rich, you have someone maintain the tank for you. Like, I don't want to like get inside and like clean algae.
But are you trusting that employee with the razor blade near the silicon above your head where you sleep? I'm not.
With the nightlight on every night.
True. How small is that bed? He must be a short guy.
Some of the filtration systems helps lull him to sleep every night.
I don't like the fake coral stuff.
By acrylic fish manufacturing, who are the fish tank.
It's always a put off. It's like you go to all this trouble, spend all this money on making an awesome saltwater tank, and then go, let's just chuck Play-Doh rocks in there.
Yeah, it's the saltwater equivalent of rainbow gravel, really.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, clown puke.
Number 13, Stephen Ireland. Irish footballer Stephen Ireland was.
It's good that he put his name on the pool table so he remembers it.
City. By the time he was just 24
Yes.
years old, he was rolling in the dough. Buying all sorts of fancy things like a Bentley for his girlfriend that ran him about 300 grand. But when you're making over 100 grand a week, that's
Bro, 100 grand a week. I have like 8 lungfish.
God.
Only 8.
I bet you he's got YouTube Premium.
See, that's a classy tank. Like, you don't have to do a weird shape or anything, you know?
It does look
It's
pretty
just
cool.
like a good room divider peninsula aquarium.
He may not have good taste in pool table felt, but he does know a fish tank, this guy.
Yeah.
Do those stairs run into the no, they must go past.
Into the tank.
Around 500 species of fish, like yellow tangs.
I like those chromas as well, those pink
Shipped half a
chromas.
ton of coral all the way from Fiji.
Those are Antheas, Blake.
Apparently,
Whatever.
Ireland's been obsessed with fish since he was a kid.
Saltwater fish.
Finally gets to live out his childhood fantasy. And
Fish
his
accused of
1,500
saltwater
gallon tank
accused.
is also the biggest domestic fish tank in all of Britain.
It's pretty cool that we spent a long time.
Ah,
on it.
this is cool.
Oh, that is a fish tank. I'd work there just to watch the tank.
There are plenty of
I'd get
attractions
fired
there
on
that
like day
revelers
3.
forget all of the money they've just lost.
Day 3.
But there's one more
The water changes haven't been done.
sitting in one of the famous hotels that will definitely take your breath away. Just
Why don't we have
check
stuff
on
like this in
desk at the
Australia?
large hotel
We don't
is
have
a
like any
massive
rich billionaires that are into
20,000-gallon
fish tanks.
saltwater
Yeah.
tank. Imagine coming to work every day and being greeted by that.
That was like 20,000 gallons.
Fish
That's
across
nuts.
85 different species from around the world. So you're looking at fish like angelfish, pufferfish, and tangs, just to name a few. And that's not to mention all of the exotic coral. All of the fish were specifically selected, not just
Is it just me or is the water cloudy?
Yeah, it doesn't look that great.
Compatibility with the other species.
Better run
as
some
well.
carbon, mate.
So all 85 species of fish were hand selected.
Bit of Purigen.
You go tell them that and see what they say.
Renovation, but it's now one of the most elaborate and technically advanced tanks in the world, and is only added to.
Nah, it's not advanced if they have cloudy water. That's like beginner basics 101.
Number 11, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is, of course.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga has a tank?
Developed a reputation
A pond or a tank?
quirky. She's worn dresses made of meat, put soda cans.
Oh, yeah, she was the one that had the meat dress, like,
her
a couple
post-surgery
years back.
wheelchair, Emma. She's
That'd
got as
be
much
cold.
talent as she does style. But one year, Lady Gaga had to end one of her epic tours for some much-needed major hip surgery.
There's a lot of Lady Gaga, not a lot of tank right now.
As part of her recovery,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Triple Threat knew that
Show me the
meant
fish tank,
staying
bro.
at home and being
We get it.
really bored. Now, a normal person would have staved off boredom by binge-watching television and movies. Maybe
Okay,
playing
we get it.
video
People can do
games.
stuff.
But
Get to the
Lady Gaga
tank.
isn't like the rest of us, which is why she went ahead and had a $50,000 aquarium installed in her New York City home.
Is that her tank? Because
And the only species of fish to operate
It doesn't look like
I
it.
don't think it is.
and lots
I
of
don't reckon they've got a tank.
Koi
They've just
can
heard
be
a story
worth
that
up to
she's
$1
got a
million
tank.
bucks, but when you've got a net worth
She
of
just
about
has a random
150
koi tank,
million,
and
you can
this is
afford
not
just
it.
about anything without batting an
Yeah,
eye.
this is not it. Because that's like some koi breeding
Steven
facility.
Spielberg. So as
But this I can
we
understand.
previous
Steven
entry
Spielberg
on,
is like an
having a
ocean
home aquarium to
enthusiast.
stare at can be pretty relaxing.
And
help
real
take your
coral.
mind off things when
Okay,
you're
this is not his
No,
tank.
that's a
'cause
parrot.
No.
Surely he doesn't.
Spielberg must
How does he have a blood parrot in a saltwater tank?
14,000-gallon
Yes, it is a parity, if you ask me.
The man is no
So we can't see his tank, but they know all the specs on his tank.
For a summer blockbuster,
Yeah.
He's got a shark in his
As a surprise,
tank?
he's
What
got
the
a
hell?
massive aquarium to keep him company. And now he can sit and
It's crazy to think he's like
while getting
one
some
of
much-needed
3
alone
people
time.
that have like went to the bottom of the
14,000-gallon
ocean,
aquarium
and
has
there's
a
like
curved
12
shape.
people that we've
Sure,
sent to the
it's
moon.
not an eyesore.
I'm just going to start making videos like this. They're going to be like, this is my tank, and then just show lots of B-roll footage of other people's stuff.
Yeah.
How sick is my tank?
Even that, like, I don't think that is 14,000 gallons or whatever it said before.
These giant tanks. He claims that looking at the fish is an incredibly relaxing and meditative experience.
Eli, this is a nice tank, and he has his own YouTube channel as well.
Like some of the other entries we've seen so far, but Eli Fruchter has one of the most amazing private aquariums that money can buy. Fruchter is the former CEO
You gotta be careful with that
of
last
Easy
name.
Chipper, a technology company. When it was acquired for $800 million,
I know, you wouldn't want to be fructose
He's
intolerant.
supposed to be doing with all this money now. Well, Fruchter went ahead and bought a 10,000-gallon home aquarium.
Yeah, so this is like naturally lit
His
by
living
sunlight,
room.
and he's
This giant
yeah, he
tank
makes
is
like
filled
really
with
cool videos of
150
like
fish
adding
from
new fish
30
and
different
stuff.
species, who all manage to swim about in harmony with one another. And the tank's
Yeah, it looks
filtration
pretty
system
clear.
provides Fruchter's guild friends with an alternating current, so the fish can think that they're still in the ocean. There's also plenty of coral in the tank, and tangs and unicorn fish make their homes in it. And once a week, Fruchter drives his own golf cart down.
See, the
to
thing
crystal
is,
clear
it's like when you have such a
Mediterranean Sea,
massive
get
tank,
about
they
260
overload it
gallons
with
of
fish.
saltwater to
I feel like it'd be
replenish his
cooler
tank.
if we had like a
But every
giant
now and then
tank
there's
with
one
like
massive fish that
minimal
can be
fish
seen
that really
swimming
gives you
around
like the
tank.
ocean vibe.
Fruchter
Where it's like,
himself. Fruchter's tank is so big that every now and
That's
then
true,
he'll
although
get
some of
in
the
and
reefs
join his
are
fishy friends for
pretty
a
dense, but then
yeah, populated, but it's like
Number 8,
you
Kanye
see like
West.
a school of like
Of course,
Kanye.
makes the list of incredibly private aquariums.
I'm guessing it wouldn't be easy to maintain that tank, am I right?
And so after his first
Hey.
album became a massive hit, West went ahead
Kanye's
and
the type of guy that's gonna have like 3 freshwater stingrays and then like
he made sure to include
a school of
giant
10 neon
antique
tetras
fish
in
tank.
this tank and call it a
It's
day.
said that the
Are they,
successful rappers
black
always had an
moor
affinity for
goldfish?
exotic fish,
Yeah, they're black
so it should
moors.
make sense that a newly rich 26-year-old would go ahead.
That's kind of
and make
annoying
his
because it's
childhood
like
dreams
it'd be
come
tempting
true.
them with like a worm every
This
time he
18th
takes a
century style
bath.
aquarium
And they'd be like, ah, there's
is
food, but
in
you
his
can't get to it.
I was going to say, isn't it animal cruelty subjecting them to watching you have a bath every time?
The aquarium isn't filled with regular old goldfish.
The
but
poor thing.
30
No wonder their
koi
eyes
fish
are
as well as
popping
a
out of their
cherub
head.
sculpture And a gold fountain all sitting nicely on top of a thick marble base.
Wait,
Go, Kanye.
firstly, those aren't koi, those are black
Yeah,
moors.
that was a
7,
better,
Tracy
so.
Morgan.
Yeah, that was better.
Oh, here we go.
God, and now we've got
I actually
tank.
watched this
So it makes
episode of
sense that he's
Tanks.
got one of the funniest
Kill me now.
around. Morgan lives the high life in his New Jersey mansion with plenty of extravagant fish tanks to choose from. The first is the tank literally built into his pool table that is home to 2 incredible alligator gar. Then when you go to the back of the property, you'll see his 20,000-gallon tank that's home to a coral reef and a whopping 8 sharks, who all manage to live in harmony without tearing each other
8 sharks in
apart.
that tank.
The crown jewel of his home aquarium collection has got to be the
There we go.
jaws tank inside.
I've never seen a
Actually, I think I've seen that one
thing
too.
in my life. So
Still big enough to house 6 of his sharks. But it's the look of the tank that makes it so amazing. With a
No,
giant
that is not an
floor-to-ceiling
amazing
shark
tank.
painting That looks like
It-
it's not just about to eat the entire tank and fish inside.
it's like a kindergarten
but a
kid
huge
painted
boat
it,
as
and
well.
then you were just like,
This
oh,
tank
that's
is so
cool.
well known
Put it
and
in a
so
tank.
hilarious
Yeah, like-
that it's made a few
Like if
appearances
that
on
was in a
television
McDonald's
shows
playground,
over
I wouldn't be
years.
surprised, you know what I
Having
mean?
a private aquarium is cool.
There's a
Great
Macca's
sense
in
of
Victoria
humor
that has a
with it.
better saltwater tank than like anything that
Number
Tank
6,
has set up.
Shark House
That's sick. That's my favorite.
Yeah, this
so
is-
far.
Hollywood
this is
Hills of
the
Los
goals,
Angeles
yeah.
sits a $23 million
This is what this video should have had, not just like
as the Shark House
damn
Mansion.
tanked aquarium.
Sure, the house has plenty of awesome art, rooms, and amenities, but there's one attraction in particular that's just incredible. As the name suggests, the Shark House Mansion comes with
That's
a
nice.
one-of-a-kind 300-gallon shark tank.
300
Just 2
gallons.
feet deep, so don't expect to find any hammerheads
1,200.
or tiger
That's not
sharks
that
in
big.
there. But
It's pretty
you'll be able to
shallow, I
spot the
guess.
3 yellow
61
tanks,
centimeters,
7
yeah.
stingrays, 3 houndhead sharks, the remora shark, and the cat shark.
Imagine you like, get a girl over, you're trying to impress her, you go and have a cheese platter out on the stones there, and as you're walking everything over, you just
Number 5,
slip
Shaq.
and fall.
Fall.
Former NBA player and
I hate this tank so
An
much.
absolute star,
Like,
both
cool,
on
Shaq
and
is a
off
nice
the
guy,
court.
but their
He's
tank.
tall as Shaq,
Oh my
so
god.
one being
It's like,
you're gonna
I
be
hate this tank as much as you hate Giant Grammies Blake.
They just gave the specs on him. 7.1.
Yeah, exactly.
He hired the guys from Tank to build
It's such a terrible looking tank. It's just like, who has a triangle aquarium?
I like it.
Why would you
I reckon it looks really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. Best one I've ever seen, I think.
That's probably the best, yeah.
But once Tank had
And when
Oh,
they
look.
set it up right, they had 2 giant giant groupers in there, like the Queensland groupers.
Fish tank, complete
And it
with
was just
hieroglyphics
like-
on the sides that all represent Shaq's different.
If you wanted like an Egypt
tank like
themed
that has
thing,
to
just
hold
put a
plenty of
pyramid.
fish, right? Wrong. This tank is home to just one
Fill it with
fish,
Shaq's
grouper.
Egyptian mouth
But
brooders.
then there's the
Have you seen the one where it says the truck? Yeah, the
It
truck,
has
the
nickname
Superman truck.
Diesel emblazoned on the front and a fish tank over
And it has a horn.
the Superman logo on the glass.
It has a horn.
Did you see his aquascape pond outside?
Dwight Howard.
Yes, that was really
Washington
good.
Wizards
That was better than
center
both
and
of those
basketball
tanks, to be
superstar
honest.
Dwight Howard
Yeah, yeah.
knows how to work hard.
Oh, and
to play
Aquascape
the
bought
part.
Dwight Howard's
So when he was
tank,
designing
so
his new home, made
he doesn't
sure
have it
to
anymore.
include plenty of fun amenities. Howard has a few fish tanks around his
So
home.
Tank
but
set it
there's one
up,
that
and
really
then
takes the
now
cake.
Aquascape has this
The
tank
Wizards
in
player
their
is yet
like main
another
facility.
celebrity who gave the
place.
folks at Acrylic Tank Manufacturing a call and commissioned them to build what he calls his Snake Mansion, which is both one part aquarium, one part terrarium, and all parts awesome.
I can get behind
The
this.
massive
This is cool.
enclosure features a 150
there we go.
freshwater tank in the center, which is then flanked by 2
I don't know
snake
about the
cages for
2
his
Oscars in
collection
it, though.
of 20 snakes.
Oscars
Yeah,
with
and all of these
snakes.
acrylic tanks.
Howard's 2 favorite boa
Acrylic.
constrictors.
Ugh.
The entire scene is meant to mimic the South American rainforest, minus
Look at the
fun in
snake.
If you're that rich, just use glass, bro. You can pay for glass. Why are you using acrylic?
You do often see green pebble gravels in the Amazon rainforest, so that's good.
On our list is the plan for a
Hey,
big
that's
aquarium.
Spielberg's tank
Sounds
again.
just a little
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Believe it or not, this aquatic dream was
They
made
live together,
reality.
roommates? What?
World-renowned football player Terry Henry was laying out his plans for his $7 million mansions. He wanted to include a fish tank. But this wasn't your average home fish tank. Nope.
Is that the same house as before?
This tank was
Yeah.
going to hold
Yeah.
100 gallons of water and run him well over $250,000 to
I
have
like
installed.
that. If it
Concept
actually
was absolutely
does that.
insane. Henry's
If
London
tanks
mansion
didn't
was
set it
going
up,
to
I
be
like
4
it.
stories tall, with the aquarium
Wait, so now it's a
starting
cube
on the
tank?
first floor lobby and working its way
So
up
how-
to his master
how do you
bedroom
clean
at the
that?
top. A 4-story
Oh, so is
aquarium.
it
The
is it
idea
like
was
actually
one part
split? So it's like
ridiculous
separate
and 10 times
tanks
awesome. And even when choosing
across the
different
floors,
fish
but
for
it looks like
aquarium
one
the size
massive
of a
tank.
mansion, Henry had
I can
2,000
guarantee we won't
species
see
to
the
choose
real
from,
tank to know for
including
sure,
blue and
so
yellow
that's good.
tanks,
I was
catfish,
just going to say, what are we at?
and
Like number
rays,
3 or
and some
something, and we're
small
not even getting to
sharks.
see the
The
tanks.
aquarium itself, though, would be divided into 4 sections, making cleaning
How many
and
dislikes
filtration
is this
a lot
video?
easier than it would be
Yeah.
if it were one massive system. This fish tank obviously requires a lot of
Ah,
upkeep,
so there's like a
which is why
little
the
clip
busy
of it, I
football
guess.
player pays an aquarium service about $60 an
He
hour
looks
to keep
sad.
this thing running smoothly and make sure the fish are all fed and happy.
You're
I
rich.
get he just looks
Number
upset.
2, Atlantis.
This is cool. Atlantis has, because this is like a resort,
Some of the
so
fanciest hotels in the world to those who can afford them. One of these hotels is the Atlantis The Palm, which has a room simply called the Underwater Suite. It's exactly what it sounds like. Guests who stay in the underwater suite are
you know,
treated
there's
I've
a
seen that
resort in
before.
Queensland
views of
that
the
has
world.
like a pool
The suite
with
has
like
plenty of
fish like
things.
this that you can
Instead
swim
of
with.
looking out at the
Yeah,
Dubai
the
sky,
Marriott. I've been there,
guests can
and I
gaze
swam
out
with them.
into the
Ah,
Ambassador Lagoon.
that's cool.
And I was only little, so
33
like I
feet
was
below
just
the
like
surface
fascinated,
that holds
just
almost
swimming
3
up to
million
the
gallons
little
of
reef that
water.
they made.
You'll feel like you're on exhibit more than the fish will. Looking out from the floor-to-ceiling
14
windows, you can
million
try to count
litres.
all of the
That's
65,000 of the
That's
marine
insane.
animals in the lagoon, some of which include rays and sharks. Luckily, there's a
It's like bigger
24-hour
than
butler service
Melbourne's
here, because you won't
Sea
be able
Life
to take your
Aquarium.
eyes off the
Their
scenery.
aquarium was
It's
like
an absolute
2.2 million.
underwater fairy tale come true.
Why are people so obsessed with having a bath next to
Number
a
one,
fish tank?
Mehmet Ali Gökçeoğlu.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Chances are you've never heard the name Mehmet Ali.
How is there no
Gökçeoğlu,
algae in that
but he's an
tank? That's the
incredibly
first thing I think.
successful and wealthy businessman
Yeah,
and engineer.
yeah, you know those restaurants that have like
Has an
tanks
eye
with like
for
the fish that you
style
can
as
like
well.
pick as like
And
the
you can
sacrifice for your
probably
meal?
imagine Mehmet
This
Ali
looks like that kind of tank.
large and
It's just like all fish you would
fishing
eat, just like snapper.
Woke up one morning with
If you
a
like
great
trevally,
idea to take
you're
his
just
home
like
to
that
the
one.
next
Yeah, a
level.
couple of big
Using
lobsters
his
in the bottom and
expertise in structural engineering,
Yeah, look, there's like a
he
mile
took
away in there.
164-foot fence that lined much of the property and replaced it.
Yeah,
with
there's like
a
mullet.
distant
That's a,
164
I swear that's like a
aquarium.
brim.
Mehmet replaced his fence back in 2005 and filled it with 1,000
Imagine that
different
idea.
exotic fish,
Hey,
including
kind of
some
gonna
sea
need to build a
bream,
fence
eels, and
here,
even
but no,
octopus.
I'm gonna put a fish
He
tank
quickly
there.
became
What do you
a
mean?
top
And the thing is,
town
this
as
is
the
like,
word spread.
this is like
Aquatic
out in the
Wonderland became a
public
very
as well.
popular tourist attraction.
Oh well,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
But how do you
yeah,
keep
because
something
little
like that
do you know,
safe?
he's actually
With so many
trained them
fish
to be
exposed
attack
out in the
fish.
open,
If
couldn't
any
anyone just
intruders
walk
come,
right up and take an octopus from the fishy fence?
they launch
Not a
themselves
chance,
out
because
and
Mehmet
attach
also installed
themselves to the
17
victim.
security cameras around the fence.
He's got eels in there as well. If I was his neighbor, a fish would be missing from that tank every day for my dinner.
Watch our
Well,
nature
that was cool,
playlist for more
except for
top
all the
15
tanked
videos about
aquariums.
beautiful
That was-
Yeah,
Sit back,
I was a bit
relax,
disappointed.
and binge
I think
watch
out of
videos.
15, we probably saw about 5 actual tanks, and then
Yeah, exactly.
and then 10 random B-roll tanks.
But we have to be pretty happy that we saw a whole bunch of tanked tanks because, you know, quality stuff there, and I know Bodgy loves it.
So what one was your favorite? I think my favorite, I think it was probably just that classy room divider type one. I didn't really like too much of the over-the-top stuff
Mine was Spielberg's.
because it could be anything.
The blood parrot with the salt water.
Or maybe Lady Gaga's. Hers was cool too.
Or actually, the shallow tile one.
The
was
shark
best.
pond thingy was the best.
Well, thanks for joining me, fellas. I had a good time watching with you. If you enjoyed this style of video, let us know down below because we can definitely do more of them. Otherwise, go subscribe to these guys' channels, Aquamate, Bodgy from Australia, and yeah, we'll encourage us to keep doing this stuff if you like it. So,
I think we will find a better video to review than this one.
I want to do more. This is fun.
all right. If you did like it, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.